After 4 years of no contact, parents wanted to meet. I walked out. I am 53F, with a mom and stepmonster. They've been married for 40 years, and I have been his target ever since. I am 20 years sober from alcohol, and have always gone to therapy to deal with the trauma of growing up with these two parents. His abuse started right after their marriage. I knew it would be a bad situation, even before they married. This was my mom's third marriage, and his second. He smacked me upside the head, while I was on the phone with my HS sweetheart, when I was 17. His verbal abuse has been in front of the family, as well as friends. FF to summer of 2020, in Arizona. One of the most brutal summers ever, layered with smoke from wildfires here and up in the PNW. We couldn't open windows, because of the smoke. The room I stay in is south-facing, and was about 87 degrees when I went to bed. I asked for the AC, most of you know the jackoffs who refuse to think of others' comfort, in order to maintain control of the thermostat, but, of course, the response was, it's going down to 65. Not one other family member would have to ask for the AC, so, 2 weeks ago, I told my mom I'd be willing to get together, with a professional, to talk. I want to see my mom, though after today, I don't know when that will be. They wanted to meet with their old pastor, he is my age, and a really cool dude. He made his Methodist church all-inclusive. I am not Christian, but I like him. His church is in my neighborhood, so I agreed. I got there a little early, with a list of things to address, so things wouldn't get emotional and heated. I let the pastor know everything. Once my parents arrived, it went south quickly. When I mentioned the physical abuse, his response was, "Did you deserve it?" And, "I don't remember that." "Nobody deserves physical violence," was my response. Men should not hit women, and certainly not a teenager. When I married your mom, I classified you as a stepdaughter, which meant, hands off. Huh. There is more, and it was obvious he came in on the offense, instead of listening to try to work things out. He told me to shut up while I was talking, so I looked at the pastor and told him I would be leaving. I felt so light walking home, and relieved. Finally, someone else had seen how he talks to me. My mom, of course, just sat there and let it happen. Very appreciative of this community, and thankful I can share without judgment. I always thought I was this bad, troubled kid, so the helicopter parenting and extra rules for only me were warranted. I just looked at my high school transcript as an adult and my jaw dropped. Progress. I'm 25 going back to college. I have my BS in something stupid, so I'm doing a nursing program. Mid-semester back and I get an email saying they're actually missing my HS transcript. Not a problem, I get it right away. I looked at it for the first time in 6 years. I remember in high school my mom would send me to school with a behavior chart and to make sure I did all my homework and was good in all my classes. It was so embarrassing to get the teachers to sign it. I was the only one. The only other kids who had that type of system were doing so because of detention or academic probation for a sport. I remember feeling like I was a bad kid and it was justified. I wished I wasn't one of the bad kids all the time, like my stepsisters. My stepsisters were so much smarter than me. They were good kids, which is what I should try to be like. They could do no wrong. Never grounded, always had a cell phone. Could have sleepovers. No behavior chart. Turns out, I was in AP classes. I graduated with my Advanced Regents diploma and a 3.15 GPA. This is a seriously shocking discovery. I knew my mom was harsh and overly critical. I knew my upbringing was abnormal, but I thought my mom needed to be a helicopter parent because I was a particularly difficult kid. I remember having a therapist as a kid tell me I wasn't depressed or mentally ill and that I was just responding normally to a bad situation. I didn't like that. I knew there was something wrong with me she wasn't seeing. I remember my therapist from last year telling me that my mom was a narcissist and I was the scapegoat, so I cancelled my appointments with her because I wanted help fixing myself. It wasn't my mom's fault, my therapist didn't see how bad I was. Maybe I was accidentally lying to her. I wanted to fix my horrible self. She thought I was a perfectionist with horrible self-image. I thought there's no way I'm a perfectionist because I suck. Maybe I should see her again. I cried over getting a B on an assignment last weekend. Now I see why.